This new video from the Israeli military shows tanks rolling into the Gaza side of the Rafah crossing on the border with Egypt, raising the Israeli flag and capturing the major point of entry.
לפעול ברפיח.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calling this an important step that, quote, denies Hamas a passage that was essential for establishing its reign of terror in the Strip. All as Israel weighs a larger offensive in Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinians are currently sheltering. The Israeli military has told Palestinians in eastern Rafah to evacuate ahead of a possible operation. The State Department says the U.S. continues to urge Israel to use restraint.
This appears to be a limited operation, but of course much of that depends on what comes next. We will continue to make clear that we oppose a major military operation in Rafah.
Meanwhile, ceasefire negotiations continue, a day after Hamas said that it was willing to accept a deal proposed by Egypt and Qatar. The deal would tie the release of 33 Israeli hostages with a pause in fighting and the release of Palestinian prisoners. Israel says the proposal does not meet their demands, but they'll keep negotiating.
Stop the bloodshed.
Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations, urging Israel and Hamas to come to an agreement.
Haven't we seen enough? Haven't civilians suffered enough death and destruction?
Meanwhile, back here in the U.S., pro-Palestinian protests continue on many college campuses, prompting some schools to cancel or scale back their commencement ceremonies. On Capitol Hill, House Speaker Mike Johnson repeated his call for Columbia University's president to resign, calling her decision to cancel the school's main commencement ceremony, quote, a disgrace. In Washington, I'm Koslof, Spectrum News.